It's Monday, October 20th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. And we have a great show for you today. I'm your host here, Jace Cooper, alongside my producer, Mike, for the show today. Well, here's what we got on deck. We got Corbie Craig. He's coming on. Every single Monday he's here. Last week he got it off because it was Canadian Thanksgiving. We're giving the American the holidays now, too. Corbie Craig wasn't here, but I'm happy to come back, talk to him 2 weeks after we last spoke. Kind of run through what's been happening in the college football landscape, take a step back, look at where things have gone since we've done our little playoff look a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, the people are clamoring for him. The people wanted him. Pips. NBA season starts tomorrow. We got Pips coming on today. He's going to talk about some props he likes. He's going to talk about some games he likes, break down the two games on Tuesday, just talk us through those things. And then, finally, Judah, of course, back on the show. Monday Night Football breakdown. We got two games, doubleheader. We're going to build you an SGP as well. Before we get into today's show, as always, do us a huge favor. Smash the like button. It goes a long way for us here on the channel. And then, as well, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel and it's your first time here, you're going to want to click that subscribe button. If we haven't earned your subscription yet, I completely understand. Just stick around for the entire show, because hopefully by the end, we will have earned it. All right. It's been a fun weekend. I don't know about you guys. I had Denver in Survivor. I was shitting my pants. I marked it as a loss. Turns out they won. Feels good. Curious to hear if any of you guys survived this weekend, if you're still in Survivor. Curious to hear, just hear what everyone did this week. Who's still in Survivor, by the way? Oh, a couple new faces in the chat as well. Italian Mamba, Ruthless GG, Market Skate Shop. We'll get the audio fixed for you in just a sec, guys. Should be a lot better now. All right. Before we get into today's guest, before we get into Corbie Craig, just want to quickly remind you guys, we see you, we heard you. Every Tuesday and Thursdays, we got a ton of people clamoring for Edgework to come back. Well, guess what? Edgework's new home is right here on the Hammer Daily. It's called Edgework Overtime. 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays and Tuesdays. We'll be going overtime, going a little bit longer on the show, breaking down the NHL card, talking player props, talking sides, talking totals. We got so many sports coming on. Matt Albert coming on. Alex Merrill coming on. Maybe Rob will come on too and join us. Rotating guests of panelists, straight hockey talk, 30 minutes in and out. Exactly what you guys were clamoring for. Exactly what you guys were asking for. Whenever you talk, guys, we listen. So don't be afraid to drop comments and let us know what you like, what you don't like. We'll adjust from there. We appreciate you. Anyways, let's bring him up, because I honestly I missed talking to him. I'm happy. I missed last week. Look at it. He's busy this past week as well. He's moving in his new place. He got to burn some sage to refresh everything. He's a part of Better Odds. He's a big college football fan. Corbie, how's it going?
One sec.
Can you hear us? I can hear you. The biggest dagger of the weekend for me. It's a tough one. Also, a couple crazy stuff. It's funny. On Friday, we talked with Austin about undefeated teams. I think there were 11 left. I believe only 3 of them were underdogs, and we're coming in here today with only 6 undefeated teams left. 2 of them were underdogs, BYU and Georgia Tech. We're going to talk a little bit about the 6 remaining undefeated teams. We're going to talk a little bit about Heisman teams as well. And yeah, if Corbie's ready, let's try and bring him on. Is it working? Or?
No, not at all. We can hear him, but we can't get him.
All right, we can do.
Yeah, try that, Corbie.
I was going to say we do some talk radio, but that's okay. It's all right. It's Mondays here at the Hammer. Also, up next, content gauntlet for this kid. Doing Hammer Daily today. Circle back. I'm going to be on that as well. What else we got? We got Hit the Books. I'll be on that. And then our watch along. I'll be on that. Four pieces of content today. Doing the Hammer Gauntlet, as the kids call it. But yeah, Jacob's going to come in and try and help fix the situation.
Nothing's.
What people like this week? Pretty interesting slate. Pretty loaded slate. My USC's taking on Arkansas. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Maybe we just swap out Pips, bring him on, talk some NBA now. I see Pips in the chat. What are my SGPs for tonight? Ooh, that's a good question, Kevin. Haven't really thought it through yet. Gonna have to take a look. I played some personally played some Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, anytime touchdown scorers parlays. Not really an SGP, both in different games, but just found some good numbers on them. Quarterbacks in prime time. Didn't get a lot down on it. Curious to hear what your SGPs are for tonight. We're good to go? All right, Corbie, sorry about that. Let's bring him on. There he is. How's it going?
There we go.
All right, we're cooking. Your place looks good. It looks good. I like the background. I like what you got going on here. You're looking good.
Thanks, man. It's the first podcast we've done. I'm actually don't even have Wi-Fi here yet. I'm using the phone's hotspot. So yeah, I got the upside down Einstein, a Wright State signed basketball jersey. Jason, I bet you don't even know where Wright State is. That's how small of a school it is.
If I were to guess it, I'd probably be wrong. So
it's a very small school. Their all-time leading scorer. We were betting on him for like every week for like 2 years. I was like, yo, he graduated. I was like, yo, you got to sign a jersey for me, and he did. So I've got a signed Wright State jersey. It's a good memory. So excited to have an office. Excited to do the show. Not excited to talk about last week's college football, Jason. It's got to be done, though. It's got to be done.
That's what we're here for. That's why we bring you on. So I hate to put you through this pain. I'll bury the lead here for everyone who doesn't know. Corbie, it was a tough week. Well, listen, as bettors, we have good weeks. We also have bad weeks. The whole goal is to have the good weeks outweigh the bad. But I believe you said you were 2-17.
2-17. If you do that math, it's pretty hard to do. So, it's part of it. Could I blame the new house? Probably. It's probably what I've already done. I've probably already put this thing back on the market. So we'll see. It was and the worst part, Jason, is like people always talk about shout out China Maniac for the bad beats, but really wasn't any of those. It was just like, I mean, they were just. I mean, example. I'll give you an example. Anybody who knows me knows I went to UAB. I bet UAB sports. I have a lot of connections to UAB. Usually, like, if there's injury information, like I'm already well aware. UAB starting quarterback wasn't playing yesterday, and I was aware. Had bet the 21 Memphis. It comes out 45 minutes pre-game time. UAB starting quarterback stopped playing, so now they have no coach, no offensive coordinator, no starting quarterback. Team's awful. They're playing the number 22 team in the country. Jason, I'm just curious. Do you know what the final score of the UAB football game was?
Honestly, it's funny enough. I actually watched the end of that game because I saw Memphis was driving the field there. It was It's about
they were 21 and a half point favorite. They lost outright. So it was one of those weekends. Happy with the bets, but inevitably, at the end of the day, it's one of those things that reminds you like this is gambling. It says you might have an edge, but like an edge doesn't quantify itself in 19 bets. So was it fun? No. Was it painful to have to get accounts correct this morning? Not at all, but here we are.
It's all right. The best part is you got the worst loss of the worst loss of the house out of the way first. All right, now it's only up from here.
Yeah,
I'll make sure
it quite literally is only up from here.
I'll make sure Rob sends you some sage that you can burn and like expel all the demons in the house. Make things turn the vibes around here. But crazy week in college football. One of the aforementioned undefeated teams that we were talking about earlier, Memphis, they lost. Tons of losses across the boards. Miami lost as well. Vanderbilt on their ascent. Lot going on. USC losing to Notre Dame. Tough one. Let's look back, though. We talked about your losses. What are you adjusting based off what you saw this past week of college football?
Memphis, unbelievably down. Mm-hmm. I couldn't go farther down. I actually didn't adjust my Memphis number at first just to see like where market would open versus like what my number was. Like let's just say they never played the UAB game. Mm-hmm. I had Memphis like a semi-sized favorite against USF. I think 5.5, 6, and they are like an okay dog, and it just shows like that game. I mean, if you lose UAB, that's embarrassing. The program doesn't even have money for a football team. Second, UAB without a starting quarterback, like what the hell are we doing? The kid, incredible. So adjusted Memphis a lot. Outside of that, like I'm not really. I would say I talked about. I thought it was pretty funny. The Circles Off did like the segment where it's like it talks like the pro bettors. I was one of the guys, and it's like, what is one thing that you like? A piece of advice, and like my advice was, be so confident in your work. So like honestly, at this point, like I'm not really adjusting that much. Like just outliers, like Penn State get adjusted, of course. But like, I mean, we're 9 weeks in. If you don't think your numbers like relatively sharp, like you haven't done enough work. So I really haven't adjusted much, but Memphis has went down a lot.
Yeah, Memphis one that sticks out. Also, if you haven't checked that out, you can go find that on the Circles Off YouTube channel. It's the series that we're doing, interview pro bettors, talk us through advice, craziest things that's happened. So always a good watch.
Life of a capper.
Always a good view.
Life of a capper. There we go, behind the scenes.
There we go, life of the capper. All right, so only adjusting Memphis. No, not touching Miami at all after like the Carson Beck disaster. Like, I mean, it seems like he's just such a roller coaster. Like,
yeah, I mean, there were small upgrades and downgrades across the board. Like to say that did nothing is wrong.
Yes.
Miami has a small adjustment down, of course. I don't really think much about the Miami game. I'm really upset that I have Carson Beck 30-1 tickets to win Heisman. Those like you could lose juice if you wanted to cash out now. It's like God, he was 3-1 2 days ago. So yeah, basically everything has been downhill except for my Dodgers futures, Jason. It's the only spot we're looking good. The Dodgers still there, but college football, no. I would say that the opinion that I talked about like week 3 with you was this Ohio State team is the best in the nation. It's not close. I think that has stood pretty true. But outside of that, like small adjustments, Miami looks a little worse. I just kind of think that every team isn't that good except Ohio State. Even Alabama, like they win that game, they cover spread easy. Everyone's like, Ty Simpson is the guy. Ty Simpson had some of the easiest throws I have ever seen an SEC quarterback have to make last week. Like, let's not act like he was making audibles. Like, I mean, he was hitting guys like Tom Brady in his prime. Like, I mean, there were guys just 10 yards wide open. So I don't give as much upgrade as I think probably most people do, except Ohio State. I think Ohio State looks dominant. Oregon looks really good, and outside of that, it's a tier 3.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on Ohio State a little bit quickly here because we talked about them a lot throughout the season, saying like, hey, feels like they're kind of not getting enough respect. And are we at the point now where it's like crazy to say about the number 1 team in the country, but are they underrated? Like, I know we don't really have like a number to base off of this week. They have the bye this week. They play Penn State next week, but it feels like they're like. I don't know if it's just that the media narratives around it. Maybe like the people want the flavor of the week, flavor of the month team, and no one just talks about Ohio State. But it feels like they are underrated right now. I don't know from a market perspective, just from like a coverage perspective.
Still muted. There we go. It's first day back in the house. We're getting used to it. Coverage perspective, I would fully agree with you. Market perspective, it looks like as crazy as it sounds, as of last week, I agreed with you. And then this week we're pretty much nail on head. Ohio State 270 to win the national championship. I wouldn't go bet Ohio State 270. So do I agree from like a standpoint of marketing? Yes. I mean, Julian Sayin has went great. Let's see what he is Heisman. I think I saw that he's getting
11-1, 4-1. Oh my God.
4-1. Yeah, that's too much. Ty Simpson in favor is hilarious. Gunnar Stockton 11-1 would be a good bet, but Julian Sayin is really good. I think he should be 4-1 again. I think the market's probably overcompensated at this point. But if you ask me 4 days ago, I thought they were underrated, even from a market standpoint, which is crazy because they're the number 1 team in the nation. At current, a power rating number, everyone has a different power rating number. Somebody will laugh at me for my number. It's probably, it's a net lose to say on a show, Jason. I'm going to tell you, I have them 30.5 points better than the average team in the nation, which is higher than anyone last year. Mm-hmm. So they would be a favorite in the national championship last year.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like that number makes sense to me just based off of last year because, again, I think I've said this 1,000 times on this show. Good recruiting class, didn't lose anybody. So they just by proxy of just not regressing, they should just already be better, and they've looked great this year. Let's flip over and talk some head coach firing. Billy Napier got fired, which was kind of like it makes sense. I get why he got fired, but like the timing of it is just so odd. Any opinion here on the Napier firing, whether it be the timing of it, and then who would you look to replace him in Florida? Anyone you have an eye on?
Yeah, I'm pretty anti-fire coaches, unless it's very warranted. Like, there's some coaches that need to be fired. Napier, like, what are we doing here? I think that it makes more sense, or even like a James Franklin. I think it makes more sense to spend that $50 million and go buy better recruits. That's how you win football games. It's not the coaches. I mean, coaches obviously help, but like if you have 10 5-stars on the offensive side of the ball, you're probably going to score some points. So, no, I think it was pretty silly. Imagine getting fired after a win, kind of hurts. But yeah, it was weird. Who would I like to go see? Man, I could not care. I would say the only person that I think is a competent football coach that probably wouldn't cost too much is offensive coordinator for Clemson, who is Lincoln Riley's little brother. He was the offensive coordinator at TCU when TCU won the national championship. I cannot think of his first name right now. Lincoln Riley's little brother. I cannot think of his name because I don't have internet at my house. So
Garrett Riley.
Garrett Riley, there you go. A great offensive mind. Still young. I think you could pretty much mold him into an environment. Now, Florida, the issue being like, if he doesn't win in 2 years, they're going to try to fire him too. But if a team wanted to build a foundation, which is like we saw Alabama do it with Saban, like a good, competent coach, have the leniency to make a program. I think Garrett Riley is a really good pick. I was actually hoping that that's who Bama would go get as their head coach a few years back. So I think he's still available in Clemson. Their demise, like, he needs to go get a head coaching job. So that wouldn't surprise me if his name is on a radar. Florida would make a lot of sense there.
All right, makes sense. Florida for Lincoln Riley's little brother, Garrett Riley. Quickly, James Franklin firing. I just want to get your thoughts on it. We didn't have you on the show before he got fired. Agree with it, disagree with it? You say you don't like coaches getting fired. The $50 million is like a large chunk of change. I get that he has the clause where it's like he has to be looking for a job, but I mean, how hard do you have to look? Like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I disagree with it, and I know why people say they agree with it. I wholeheartedly disagree. Like, this team has been competent. It's the exact same thing as Gonzaga. Like, if you're a Gonzaga fan, are you upset that you go to the Sweet 16 every year? Yeah, you might not win the national championship, but you are a top 7 team. Like, when's the last time Penn State was bad? And so, like, I think if you're so mad, take that $50 million and go, we're going to go buy the best quarterback in the nation next year. Yeah. And if you spend the same $50 million for that, like, probably give James Franklin a pretty good reason to win.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense here. Also, it feels like the UCLA as the weeks goes on. I don't want to say it doesn't look that bad, but like this offensive coordinator who everyone thinks is their head coach, I don't even know his name, is absolutely on fire. A lot of fun to watch. Quickly, before I have you for a couple more minutes here, your opinions on the 6 undefeated teams. FanDuel has a market right now to finish the regular season undefeated. Ohio State minus 260, Indiana minus 145, Texas A&M plus 380, Georgia Tech plus 600, BYU 15-1, Navy 80-1. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't go bet these because you could be probably better off just mechanically parlaying them for the rest of the year. But anyone you like, just regardless of the odds, to finish this regular season undefeated outside of Ohio State?
Yeah, A&M looks like an interesting number. They're going to have Texas on the road, but right now we see Texas 6.5-point favorite versus Mississippi State. Like, it feels like the downfall of this team is also possible. Like, I would hope Sarkisian's not on the chopping block. If he is, again, like, that's so ridiculous. But like, if they lose Mississippi State, where does that line for Texas and A&M? Then you have Missouri, who we've seen some struggles. South Carolina, I don't really think that's good. And then the Birmingham zone, the Sanford Bulldogs, in between all of that. So A&M at close to 4-1 wouldn't be awful. They are unbelievably talented. They just need to piece it together. So wouldn't mind A&M. I saw somebody say Navy. I will not be betting Navy. I will not be betting Navy. But I will say, I talked about this in the preseason. I actually think I talked about this. No, it was in our college football bracket. Jace, most of my takes have been bad so far, which is fine. But in that bracket, I did have Texas Tech to make the college football playoffs, which at the time was 11-1. So I would hope that they can go undefeated somehow.
Yeah, no, that would be sweet. I would hope so. Any thoughts on this Georgia Tech team? I feel like they were kind of they're underdogs at Duke, and I was talking with someone. I feel like it was like, I think it was Mr. Peanut Butter, and I'm like, this is like this. Listen, I'm not a great college football man, but it just felt a little bit wrong. They ended up winning outright. They obviously have a tough road with Georgia as their last game on the schedule, but they have Syracuse, NC State, Boston College, Pittsburgh before that. Like, it's on the table for them heading into the last game versus Georgia to be undefeated before that last game, no?
And Georgia's at home, I believe.
Georgia Tech's at home, yeah.
And in that Duke game, I had Georgia Tech 2-point favorite. So I agree with you. Like, I still think the market's kind of low on this team. And I think you'd be surprised when I make that Georgia number. What if you had to guess, Jason? What would you think Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech is going to be there?
Oh God, I would have no clue.
I'll bail you out. Sorry.
Say,
I put you on the spot.
Let's say 8.5 Georgia. They're on the road. I don't know.
Not awful. It looks like I'm right at 7. So
okay,
if you think there would be some bias on the Georgia name,
yeah,
I could see an 8.5. So I think a lot of people like see this game and they're like, that's the only issue. Like, Georgia Tech's not winning the game. I mean, that's a very competent, winnable game. I don't think that number is that crazy. So I wouldn't mind. What did you say the Georgia Tech number was?
Georgia Tech number was 6-1. Yeah, and you could also like just mechanically parlay, like we talked about, and then just
you would get much more on a mechanical parlay.
Yeah.
Because NC State's going to be 5, Pitt's going to be 5 or 6. Like, you'd probably get a better number on a mechanical parlay.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, Corbie, appreciate you joining us here today. Before you head out, we touched a little bit on the Heisman. It feels like the Heisman favorite is like becoming a curse because we see Carson Beck get torched. We saw John Mateer get torched. We saw coming into the season, Arch Manning favorite torched. Are you worried at all about Ty Simpson, or is he just asked and doesn't even deserve? The only guy who's like been kicking around is Fernando Mendoza, really.
Yeah, and Mendoza, like 4 weeks ago, I said is just not going to win it, and now we see where it's at. So no,
good things continue.
At the end of the day, I think that the thing that rises to the top always is quality. And if you asked me if Carson Beck was the best player in the nation a week ago, I would have said, hell no. He has just been in a fortunate spot where they played no teams. And they played another bad team in Louisville, and it kind of showed his stripes that he's just not good. I don't think Ty Simpson's good. They have a pretty hard schedule, so I can't imagine that continues. At this point, I'm starting to worry about my lack of having Mendoza because they have a pretty easy schedule. Julian Sane looks good. And then the two I would circle, Diego Pavia, I would not circle. I wouldn't even come close to circling. Marcel Reed, Texas A&M. Again, if they go undefeated, Marcel Reed is unbelievably talented. I could see him winning a Heisman. And then Gunnar Stockton for Georgia. Gunnar Stockton, probably the better, just true quarterback in the nation right now.
All right, sounds good. Any dart throw on Haynes King, 55-1. We just talked about Georgia Tech potentially being undefeated. I mean, like, if they get there.
I love Haynes King. If you bet it, I would tell you to bet a lunch bet and give me half of the lunch because I could root for you there.
All right, sounds good. We'll touch base after the show then, and I'll let you know if I bet it. Corbie, appreciate you coming on. Follow Corbie on Twitter.
All right, boys. Let's go.
Have a good one. See you, Corbie. All right. Ran a little bit long there. Sorry about that. Pips, we'll get to you in just a second. Just before we do that, though, just want to remind you about our great sponsors over at FanDuel. Football fans, the best way to get in on game day is on FanDuel. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who will win with FanDuel. Any play can be the play of the games. And tonight, when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans play the Seattle Seahawks, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% same-game parlay profit boost token or a 50% live profit boost token. That's right. You can get in on the action with a 30% same-game parlay profit boost token or a 50% live profit boost token this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward progress. That's FanDuel.com/forward progress to bet the Bucks, to bet the Lions, to bet the Seahawks, to bet the Texans, whatever your heart desires, with a 30% same-game parlay profit boost token or a 50% live profit boost token. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Please play responsibly. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. 19 plus and physically located in Ontario, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonuses, choose not withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/China, Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 over 24/7 sport in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Paid endorsement called Connex Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 or visit connexontario.ca. All right. The people were clamoring for edge work, and we brought it back. We brought it back. The people have been clamoring, even in the offseason, for our friend Pips. He's an NBA props originator. He's a co-founder of Prop Madness. You've seen him last year on the Board HQ. He's going to be a regular on here on the Hammer Daily. Pips, how's it going, my friend? Long time no see. How you been?
It's been good. It's been good to be seeing slates up finally after a long off season. Good to have my Houston Rockets on the opening game against the Czech champions. Jacob, my co-host from the last show, was Toronto fan. Can you give me a better one? Well, which team? I can hear you.
Pips?
I think. Are we good to go?
I don't know if it's me or.
Oh no, I can hear you now. Sorry, I think our audio just cut
Do
out.
you hear
for a
me?
second. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Let's continue. Sorry, you were talking about Jacob being a Toronto fan. Our audio's go to settings. Yeah. I think our little microphone just and double check.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Now
There we go.
I can hear you.
There
now
we
I
go.
can hear you.
All right, you were talking about Jacob, Toronto fan.
Yeah.
What were you mentioning? I missed the last part. There.
I was asking you what's your team?
Oh, I don't Pips. I'm an open book. I don't have a team. My heart only has room for one team. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. I root for the Raptors all the time. To claim them as my team, I feel like would be slightly disingenuous. I'm not like watching every single game. I'm not out here following basketball. Honestly, I had a great year last year betting props using the BetStamp Pro tool. Not an ad. Like, this is just the truth. So I'm a massive NBA fan now. Like, I love watching the NBA. I love betting on it. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to talk about the NBA with you. I know you mentioned you're happy to see the boards pop up. So am I, because it was by far my favorite sport to bet. There's just so many options, so many edges out there. I love it. I love it, honestly.
Yeah, I would say consistency of the NBAs and easiest sport to win on props.
Mhm.
I was trying to learn a bit of NFL to create product from Props Madness, and man, oh man, was it a painful experience. I'm so glad NBA is back, so I can get back to my kind of expertise.
Yeah, let's get into your bread and butter right now. You have your own. You mentioned it before. Your Houston Rockets, your favorite team here, taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. You're a Rockets fan. Let's break down this game first, and I want to know your opinion on the Rockets' optimism on the season moving forward. Just general opinions, but break down the game first here. Rockets, Thunder laying 7.5 points at home. Tell us what's happening in this game.
Honestly, I like plus 7.5. Like, not official bet, but Jalen Williams, J-Dub being out for OKC is huge. Rockets, I don't even know. I'm a huge Rockets fan. So I don't know what Udoka will put out there tomorrow. Like, have zero idea. Like, there is so many talks about Rich Shepard starting, or maybe they go super big with Adams. So like, I don't even know what's the starting lineup for this team. But yeah, I'm really optimistic about them. I was a bit more optimistic when Fred VanVleet was still on the roster. Now that he's out for the entire season, it takes we need Rich Shepard to take the keys for big minutes and some like ball handling and some guard depth so he'll need to step up, which is huge because he was out of rotation most nights last season. So it's a big ask, but yeah, I kind of trust him and think he can do it. Maybe not like day one, but by the All-Star break, I think he'll be good. So I do think my Rockets are one of the favorites to win the West.
All right, sounds good. Rockets are on the up and up. Any props you like in this game? I know over on FanDuel we only have one-way markets posted right now. The two-way markets will be up tomorrow when we are closer to the game, because the games don't start until tomorrow. This game starts at 7:00 Eastern time. Anything you like at the current lines at FanDuel, or are you kind of waiting for some two-way markets to open up first?
So most of these lines were up for like 7+ days. So saying some edge is there is like being crazy. Yeah. But I will say that I do like Rich Shepard over on 8.5 points. think widely available minus 110, minus 115. Yeah, even though if he goes off the bench, even though if he isn't starting, I still think looking at the depth of the Houston Rockets without Fred VanVleet that he needs to be out there for 25 minutes. And the last season, season high 25 points came against the Thunder. Okay, everyone was out. It was a big rest spot for the Rockets, but he was playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder starters and put 25 points, while his line closed at 10 and a half, and he ended up scoring 25 points in that game. I really like how he looked in the preseason, and 8.5 looks a bit low, especially since I know they are going to double team KD in Şengün, so that will open up some spot up shooting, and he will get the easiest matchup of any Rockets.
Interesting. Maybe a guy to circle early on in the season where the books, just because these numbers have been out for so long, maybe this is a guy whose numbers are going to be coming in a little bit lower as the season starts off here. Reed Shepherd. You can get him at FanDuel 10 plus points, plus 108. Widely available at market though. 8.5 minus 115. I'm sure that 8.5 115 is going to probably pop at FanDuel by this time tomorrow. Let's flip over and talk the Golden State game. Golden State Warriors taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers underdogs at home, +2 right now, minus 110. Totals at 225.5 points. Any opinion on this game here?
Yeah, I will bet Golden State Warriors to win this. I just don't buy the Lakers, man. Like overall, obviously Luka Doncic, Reeves, great team, great offensive players. But where is defense coming from? Okay, they have Smart, they have Gabe Vincent, they have Laravia, they have Vanderbilt, but those guys are not going to play big minutes. So you have big minutes for Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton. Think you're kind of for sure going to be bottom 10 defense. And on the other side, there is question tags for Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga, but I think they are playing. So Steph Curry, Podziemski, Butler, Draymond Green, Al Horford, some depth, some shooting, some versatility. Comparing benches also lean Golden State. So yeah, I think offensively probably pretty close teams. Defensively, huge edge for the Golden State Warriors. So I definitely lean for Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Golden State minus 134 over on FanDuel. Market seems to be around 125-ish is the best I see in market, but market's roughly minus 130 pretty much everywhere. Anything you like in terms of the any props you like in this game here?
Yeah, let me just quickly see. I don't know how widely available this is, but I've seen Jake Laravia at the 9.5 points, rebounds, and assist range, and that is just so wrong. I'll just read some number on the screen from Laravia because I have him projected to play like 22 minutes, and last season when he was in a range of 18 to 24 minutes, he covered this line in 90% of the games, averaging 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So I think this line is very much off. I think this should be like 11 and a half, minus 120, minus 125 on the over. And we have 9.5. This is a guy at Memphis. When you look at per like 20 minutes, he averaged like 6 rebounds and assists, and his points, rebounds, and assist line is at 9.5. Yeah, I just don't see it. Especially, I expect Golden State Warriors to just sag off. They'll probably put Draymond Green or Butler on him and double Reeves and Luka on him. So they'll kind of ignore him and be very happy with him taking wide open threes. So 9.5 for a guy that can rebound, can have assist, and can somehow score and will be left wide open is a huge miss by the books.
Yeah, 9.5. Not posted on FanDuel right now, but again, as we get closer to game time, those things are going to be up there. As always, we like to mention those. Shop around, make sure you're getting the best price in market, especially if the stuff is not even listed here. All right, Pips, I have you for a couple more minutes. We're not going to touch on really futures here, so this is going to be like stripped of odds. We're not really going to be talking about whether it's good value based on the current odds, but I want to hear from you. It's the start of the NBA season tomorrow. I'm going to let you have your platform here, right? I'm going to ask for one bold prediction, and if it's wrong, it's all right. No one's going to remember, and we're all going to forget about it. But if it's right, We're gonna clip it and run it back the whole season. So I'll give you the floor right now. Your bold prediction for the 2025 NBA season.
So I'll first start that my go-to bold prediction last couple of seasons was being a very, very, very low on Kings, and it always paid out. This season they finally catch up on them being horrible. So I'll go with Hawks winning the East. This team is just so good. Like I always was a fan of Hawks, probably my second favorite team in the league. I'm a huge fan of Trae Young. Always been high on Jalen Johnson. So kind of like this roster. I think this is the best one the Trae Young ever had by far. And yeah, I just think if healthy, that's the thing with every team. But I think that they are like plus 1,000 to win the East. And yeah, I think that's a great price for this team. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Ricochet, Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis, and then Okongwu and Ike Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard from the bench. That's a great 8 deep team. And as I said, staying healthy will be huge. And I'm big on them, especially in the East, being so much weaker this season. Think they have almost not the same chance, but almost the same chance as the Knicks, as the Cleveland Cavaliers, while books are not setting it that way.
Yeah, 9-1 right now. Again, irrespective of odds, I'm just asking you for a bold prediction.
Yeah.
And then I guess to close out the show, what are you most looking forward to see this year? What could be a player you want to watch, player you want to keep an eye on, a team you're looking at? I know you mentioned the Hawks, but is there anyone you're keeping an eye on or really looking forward to watch or just bet on this NBA season?
Well, that's mostly very, very much connected with my fantasy team. So yeah, it's I have Shea. He had a third pick, so got Shea. KD, obviously my Houston guy, and obviously Şengün. Like that, he is my favorite player in the league. So he happens to be on my Rockets. So yeah, it's great. Watching Rich Shepard, I had some takes and said that I expect him to be ready and to contribute. Some people were like mocking me about that statement, and I'll hope he backs me up.
All right, I love it. Alperen Şengün, funnily enough, my most bet player last year. I love that guy. He's my favorite too. It's crazy how it works out. Pips, I appreciate you joining us here. Reminder, Pips is going to be on throughout the NBA offseason. I see people, I don't know if you can see our chat, but a lot of Pips exclamation points. Pips, we miss you in the chat. People miss Pips. He's going to be here. So if you're going to want to tune in and watch Pips, this is going to be the spot to do it. Pips, appreciate you. We'll chat soon. You can follow Pips on Twitter. Check it out in the link in the description. Talk soon, Pips.
See ya, man.
All right, have a good one. Great stuff there from Pips, as always. It sucks. It's only we could only cover 2 games. I would love to go through every single game on the board with him. But next time he comes on, he'll be rocking. He'll be rocking. All right, great stuff there. I'm so excited to bet on the NBA. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, we gotta wait one more day. Well, I mean, we don't have to wait one more day. We have to wait one more day to see the results. Anyways, going to be quick here because, as I mentioned before, Circle Back is live right after this, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I got to quickly run from this studio to the next studio to to be on that show. So we're going to cut it a little bit short here with Judah, but we're going to bring him on nonetheless. We're going to talking about Monday Night Football, 2 games, and talk a little bit of an SGP. So you can find him at PFF Betting. You can find him here on the Tuesday Forward Progress Show or Thursday, whatever he's feeling on the given week. And he's wearing a lovely green sweater. Judah, let's bring you up on stage. How's it going?
Well, lovely green sweater. That's quite the commentary. I appreciate that.
Yeah, green looks good on you. Green looks good.
Look, it's sweater day.
It's sweater.
Wow.
It's sweater day. It's cold. It's cold in New York. It's cold in Toronto. Hopefully we can get a win here for the Jays and for our Monday Night Football SGPs. We got 2 games to talk about here. Quickly, give me a breakdown of both, starting with the Bucks and the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised this number is staying at 6, given who the Lions are playing in their secondary, and pre-Mike Evans being back, we're getting to 6.5 here. I kind of thought, okay, maybe this is one injury too many for this Bucks team and this Bucks wide receiver room with Ibuka out. But I mean, Baker Mayfield has shown time and time again the ability to produce with, you know, a weak cast of receivers, if you will. And I think that certainly the strength of the Lions' defense has been their defensive line and their ability to generate pressure. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson having a dominant season there. But the Baker Mayfield of 2025 has been Patrick Mahomes-esque in his sack avoidance. I posted a chart earlier this week about what I call play extension, which is effectively how long you can extend a play after pressure arrives. That's going to track sacks, throwaways, and the kind of breaking the line of scrimmage on a scramble. So all those ways are included, and measuring that with pressure to separate. And what you can see is like who's best at extending plays while avoiding sacks. And like right there, top right, is Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes, and that's kind of been the revelation this year, so to speak. So if Baker is extending plays and avoiding the pass rush as he has all season, I think he's going to be well equipped to take advantage of the Lions secondary that is obviously extremely banged up and plays a ton of man coverage. And certainly, if Evan's back, this is a spot where I think the passing game can take advantage. On the other side of the ball, obviously, the Lions can win in any matchup. I just don't think this is the perfect spot for them, given how much of a kind of pass funnel this Bucks team is. They are. This is like every year in the Todd Bowls, and with Vita Vea healthy, that's an important caveat there too. They are dominant against the run, also good against the pass, and I don't think this is the Lions. They obviously can win any run matchup, and it wouldn't be shocking for that to happen. I think they, more than other teams, are somewhat reliant on ground game getting going in order to kind of unlock a lot of this offense. So I like the Bucks here. Certainly at 6.5, maybe market is moving against me. So maybe I should have some humility. And then very quickly on the other side, as I go a little tirade here, I guess 5-minute monologue. I also have some questions. Obviously, Sam Darnold has been awesome, and I think he's playing as a different play style, both in terms of like the number of quick passes he's had is like up from like 35% career to like 50%. He's operating a different style, and also he's just gotten better under pressure. And I mean, you see it on the eye test. These are human beings, but also it obviously bears out in the data. And it's a question of whether or not this is a small sample, or like he is a different player. I'm of the belief that like he is a different player. Again, you could be wrong on that, but these are the questions you're going to try and beat the market to. That's what we're doing here. And with all that said, I think it's reasonable to have them as kind of 3-point favorites here. We also have not seen Sam Darnold against a good pass defense yet this year. And the game he did play against the Bucks, they were very, very banged up. And I think that Houston's going to be kind of the toughest test. So I have a little bit of skepticism and caution around there. Obviously, the injuries in the Seattle secondary, I think, are going to, go a long way in determining the Houston offensive success. If Witherspoon is back, if Julian Love is back, I think that obviously diminishes the Houston offensive output. But I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess, if those guys are out. And I think this is going to be, quite interesting back and forth. We're going to learn a lot of information about this game. So it's one I will likely be staying somewhat on the sidelines for, maybe a small kind of bet on the Houston money line here. But that's probably the degenerate in me wanting some action at no big lines rather than an actual edge, as I think the Bucks represent tonight.
All right, makes perfect sense here. My goal for the end of this season is to bring you around on the Sam Darnold train, bring you onto here. Like, there's tons of room on this bandwagon. You're more than welcome to come on whenever you like. I tried to tell you early on, but yeah, I think I love Sam Darnold, and I think after this game, hopefully he'll prove to you and give you enough reason to jump on here. Plus, I mean, Jackson Smith and Jake, but like is he a top 5 receiver in the NFL right now? Incredible stuff going on.
Unbelievable.
Incredible. I'm kicking myself for not betting him offensive player of the year. It's just silly. Anyways, even though whatever, John Taylor probably has it. Besides the point, let's talk SGPs here quickly. It sounds like you're going to stay off the Seattle-Houston game. You're probably would want to build one for Tampa and Detroit. Any opinion or any SGP you want to build here on the show right now?
Let's. I feel like we work best as a collaborative unit here.
Sounds good.
Almost, if you even, I don't want to say repeat back what I said. That's not what I mean. But I think it's useful to tease out. When I'm just going on these rants, it's hard to know like what's actually the actual stuff that sticks out.
Well,
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, just based off of what you're talking about in this Tampa Bay-Detroit game, Detroit secondary looks a little shaky. I honestly haven't checked the status of Emeka Egbuka yet, but we know that Mike Evans is most likely back. Weak secondary, Mike Evans, maybe like some crazy yardage totals. Because the biggest thing with Mike Evans coming into the season is he going to clear that 1,000-yard mark for the, millionth season in a row to break Jerry Rice's record? Is it crazy to go 125-plus yards on Mike Evans and start with there at plus 700?
See, Jason, I'll be honest. I really just wanted to see if we were locked in on the same page. That was my first leg that I singled out.
All
so,
right.
maybe it was a compliment to the green sweater. It's just on the same page today.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so then you want me to build out the rest right now? Because I'm thinking we should take the Bucks. If Mike Evans is going to get 125 yards, this is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a close game. Maybe we take the Bucks plus 3.5. Was that your second leg?
I take it. I take it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm ready with that.
Okay. No. Let's just go Bucks.
The only question would be
Bucks
money line or 3.5.
Yeah, money line. Let's do money line. And then the third leg would be. Is this a 3? I'm like playing a guessing game here, trying to figure out what you're on. Let's talk a little bit. We saw Jahmyr Gibbs get.
We don't need to play a guessing game. Yeah.
It's David Montgomery. Like I was gonna say, David Montgomery rushing overs. Is that what we like, or no? Is that it? Just 2 legs right there and call it a day.
No, I don't think we got any rushing. I think we take rushing unders if anything.
Okay.
If anything else.
So you're talking Jahmyr Gibbs. You're talking Montgomery, Rashad White.
I'm talking to David Montgomery. Montgomery unders.
Montgomery under 43.5. So we have Mike Evans 125 plus alt receiving yards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line. David Montgomery under 43.5 receiving yards.
It's not worth adding the extra leg. Is the problem.
Okay.
You can't pay that. You can't pay that vig.
Okay.
If we got some alt unders, and then we'd be talking. But we don't. If you want to go into your way, then maybe we can get something interesting.
All right. If only I could build that out on my computer. I can't do that. It's only on the phone, so I don't have that live for you right now. Let's just stick with the.
Let's roll these two. Roll these two.
All right, sounds good. Mike Evans,
simple 2-legger.
125 plus pass yards. Tampa Bay to win outright, 15-1 over at FanDuel Sportsbook. Judah, before I let you go here, quickly, give me one anytime touchdown score for each game. Can be anyone you want, any number on the board. Either
we've been on a roll this season.
You're crushing.
We've got to say, I'm pushing my luck here. I almost want to sit out, to maintain the record.
Retire on top.
But retire on top. But I think we got to go Mike Evans.
Okay. Mike Evans for the first game. Easy. Plus 120.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 120 over on.
I like that.
Houston.
And Seattle. I'm feeling a little Dalton Schultz.
Okay. Frisky. Dalton Schultz.
A little long shot.
Plus
360.
Plus 360 over on FanDuel. Dalton Schultz. There it is. Mike Evans, Dalton Schultz. Anytime touchdown scorers, if you like it. Go bet it over on FanDuel. Mike Evans plus 120, Dalton Schultz plus 360. And then also our SGP for the day. Mike Evans, 125 plus receiving yards, plus a Tampa Bay Buccaneers win. And maybe some Baker Mayfield MVP love as well on top of that. Anyways, Judah, appreciate you joining the show. I know you got to get out of here. I got to get out of here soon, too. We got Circle Back coming on. We'll chat soon. Follow Judah on Twitter at @ThrowTheDamnBall. Link in the description. Judah, appreciate you. Chat soon. All right, see ya. Great stuff there. Chat, do us a favor. Smash that like button because it goes a long way for us here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. People love Judah. The people love Pips. The people love Corbie. And we're feeding it to you. We're giving you the spot to listen to some sharp guys talk about some football. Up next, like I talked about, Circle Back with Jacob, myself, Kirk Evans, Rob. hit the books as well, live at 5 with Brad Powers, Joy Kanish, and me behind the boards. And then the watch along, I'll be here with George. And we're going to be sweating 2 games, not 2 NFL games, 1 NFL game and 1 baseball game. The Blue Jays, we're going to be sweating that. Hitman's going to be on for the 4th quarter. He has a $50,000 ticket for the Jays to win the ALCS. He's going to be sweating that along with the millions of other props he's playing for that game. So you're going to want to be there over on the Forward Progress HQ YouTube channel. You guys know the damn drill. And that wraps it up for us here today. We appreciate you guys joining the show. One more time before we leave, I'm going to ask you to do me a huge favor. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. And then the second thing I'm going to ask, if it's your first time watching, number 1, let us know in the chat. Say, hey, I'm a first time chatter. And then number 2, I hope we've earned your subscription. If not, we'll see you next time because I feel like we had a great show and we earned your subscription. Anyways, tomorrow, Drew Dinsick will be on. Josh Goldberg will be on to talk the fallout of Game 7 here, to talk World Series preview. Rob will be on as well for, as he always is on the Tuesdays, the early look leans. Take a look at the NFL markets, where the numbers are moving, where they're going, what we want to do. And then finally, Edric Overtime. You've been asking for it. We're listening to you. You got it. Edric Overtime tomorrow. And yeah, that's it for the Hammer Daily. Reminder, we're live Monday to Friday right here on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel, noon to 1, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on the day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Monday, October 20th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.